Have I gone live? Can never tell with these things. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm Les. Nice to meet you. Good evening, Ali. Thank you for coming in so early. It's the magical world of Sparkles and Oak, and I've got a lot of pain in the ass stuff to do. I've got to make the bar. I've also got to try and remember how many people have been named and what they've been. And also, yeah, think of do the stats and the class for Caterpillar that I did last week because it's been named. Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to the name. Anyway, first things first, we need bar. That means we need to take all the freaking characters out, every single one. And I've already got a messy desk with various tools and bits and things that I need later on. Luckily, the bar is exactly that size for making like the framework for it to make it 3D properly. But instead of layering on loads of these and trying to glue them onto a vertical surface, because that's just stupid, especially when you're using foam core, what I'm going to do once I've removed all the characters, I hope none of them. Please. You've been named. Don't believe me either. Named. Named. Named, but not yet got a stat sheet. I should go through this, shouldn't I, really? So you've got Nidal, who's the... Oh, it's weird having, because my microphone blocks my light, it's odd. Right, so we've got Nidal, who is the paladin. Who's this one? Storm or Cyclone? I know one Storm, one Cyclone, I can't remember which is which. So this is Storm, and Cyclone's her little, like, earlier thing. She's a sorceress. Think. Can't remember. I need to find the stat sheet. Put them out, and I can't do anything. Panda, good. What time is it? 9:30 for me. So, yeah. Good afternoon. I can do time conversions in my head sometimes. I'm not completely stupid, even though I act it. No, I am completely stupid. I just don't know how not to act it. This is who's this? This one's Gris. So Gris is, I think, some kind of magic caster or semi-magic caster. I'm not sure. We do have some named, but we do have unnamed ones. We've got Shadow, who's a fighter, and Sid, who's a fighter. Shark bouncers. Those have been named. I'm only going through this because I've got to take all fucking models off the thing to do the bar. And I've still not worked out how I'm going to cut all the circles for this yet. Why I'm not doing that at the moment. I've got an idea. I have a saw. Ha 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 ha. I know that's not how you use a saw, but it makes Sparkles worried. That's fun. This little chappy does not have a name yet, but he does need re-gluing onto his base, so he can go and get those. Obviously we have Shamash, who is Dragonborn. What is Shamash? I can't remember what Shamash is. He's a Dragonborn. He might have been a well, or he might have been another form of fighter. find the book that I wrote. I think it might have been this one. But I may have been wrong. This is... No, this is still other stuff from old. Where did I write Samash's stuff down? I can't remember. Good afternoon, Twisted. I'm glad them bits arrived on time. Well, not on time, but at least they arrived. So, Samash has a name as well, but he does not have a base yet because I've not cut it out. The decking. Obviously, we have the two title characters. We have Sparkles. And we have Oak. The twin little turtles. One being a cleric, one being a druid. Only druid, so don't have a rogue, but we probably can end up with a rogue at some point. We do still have unnamed characters though. So we have the little Bumblebee, who I can't remember whose familiar this is. Oh no, yes I can. It's Butterflies. It is Butterflies familiar. With the nice sparkly wings. And this is the first time I tried out the metallic medium. Get the shiny wings. And the shiny bit on the rock. And the shiny Bumblebee. Neither of these have got names yet. Well, this one doesn't have a... Oh no, it does! This is the Barbarian. That is a mace. And 4 arms. Definitely can wield a 2-handed mace. This is the Butterfly Barbarian, but not got a name yet. Not got a name. I keep looking at the up camera up there and not this one. It does not have a name, but is a Barbarian. Bumblebee does not have a name, but will be cats for it. And we've got the Blacksmith, whose little familiar also doesn't have a name. So that's the familiar. But the copper kind of coloured. No worries, Troy. But thank you for letting us know. If you leave it as on in the background, lurking's fine. But if anything catches your ear and you want to take part, please do. Because we are looking for names tonight. One of them being for the copper blacksmith cat thing, and his little fiery salamandery fantasy fire breathing thing. What else we got left? Oh, of course, because we're making the bar tonight. So last but not least is the kind of octopusy, squiddy, Cthulhu-esque warlock bartender, but we don't have a name for him or a name for the pub. So there are still plenty of names to be done yet. This 4, 5, 7 names to be done. But we'll get on with a bit of building now. I took them all off. I kind of want to leave them somewhere in shot, just because they're still the ones that need to be named. When I have to move tools. I think. No, I need that one quite soon as well. Don't. I might need my shank quite soon as well. So those ones all need naming. Panda. We've got a red panda who needs naming as well. He's a monk. I should really take notes in case people do. Ember. I will certainly take note of it. However, as you know, I don't always have final decisions on these. I've taken one or two decisions, including I have taken one name. It wasn't one I chose. It was given as an impulse, so I kind of ran with it. Where's that pen? I've just been. You're all going, yeah, like you've just moved up 4 pens. You absolutely give. I know. I was actually using a real pen, not one of the manga marker things, to actually see to do writing. So, I need to make note of the unnamed characters. Paperwork. This is why I do live streams. I'm not good at like the behind the scenes paperworky type stuff. And now I've got to do paperwork on live stream. I'm fucked. No, there it is. I just got silent. Well, that's fine. Right. So we know we have the ones that are. We have Sparkles, Oak, Storm, Gris, Sid, Shadow, Nidal, Shamash. Who is possibly. Did I put him as a weapons master? I mean, he did have a barbarian as well, actually. Does anyone remember? Don't worry, Troy, you're in the right place there, mate. You've got some fellow, not quite as old, but yeah, we've been in this. Some of us have been in this for too long, shall we say? Too long. But finally, in the last 4 years, actually painted some fucking models. Took me that long. So Samash's class is still a question. Who have we not written down there? I've not written down this one because, as I said, back to that one. So we still need Hulu bartender, Warlock bartender. Barbarian butterfly. I'm gonna have to go back through the streams of these and try and get the stats again. We need the purple bunny. We need Papa Cat. And the monk. Panda. Red panda. Alright. Yep. Shiny bee. And Drake. But we've had a suggestion from Twisted for the Drake. We've had a suggestion of good evening, Graham. Good evening. Twisted now has one of those little red dice, by the way. I thought I'll own up to sending it once it arrived, because there's nothing I can do then. It's on the other side of the fucking Atlantic. No way, man. You've been on the go since wow. You've been in St. Albans for you since. Yeah, go get some sleep. You're gonna need. Have a good night, mate. Thanks for at least popping in. I've lost your. Where did you put it? Ember. That was it. We've got a suggestion of Ember. Obviously, the boss has to rule off on this. Look, regardless, it's a miscast. Right. How many other people on this planet at this moment in time have a Rose Den Hobbies dice? Miscast or not? And when they get them, it's not going to be a miscast. A miscast is actually going to be more unique. So, you laugh at it, look at it as a trader's point of view. I've got the miscast. So's Twisted's got one now as well. But as they were a gift, I decided I would spread it around. It's going to happen all the time because I don't send stuff out all the time. But still. So Emma's at least a suggestion for the guy, little one that needs gluing back down. But I'll keep that nearby. So it's a warlock. So 1, 2, 3. About another 7. Let's get started on peeling the paper off the back of this bar so I can start scratching into it. That's what I need to start. That's why I am. Because tonight I need to do the back of the bar here. And what I was going to do is try and glue stuff to it like an idiot. And it's because it's... Although... Now that I put it that way, I realise I can actually do it. But I want to try the other method first. And the other method requires me to take the paper off. So, I'm going to get the pointy thing. Paco, good evening. Good evening. That was a very nicely painted knight, by the way. Although I've never painted a knight, I don't know how arduous or how easy. Yeah, as I said, I'm putting off painting my stomper because just the sheer size of the damn thing and the amount of panels, and I know I can't just go silver over them all. I'm going to have to do some black. I'm going to have to do some like it's been nicked off an ultramarine rhino or a imperial fish rhino or a salamander. It's got to have come from somewhere scrapped. It's really putting me off. And it shouldn't because I've got the friggin' airbrush, so I should be able to do it quite easily and quite quickly if I'm smart about it. But still, it is putting me off. And I've got to repair the damn thing. But if you're into D&D, we're naming characters as well as building a bar. So, if you have an idea for a Red Panda Monk trader or a Copper Cat blacksmith, he needs a class as well, though. 5th edition. Racial traits and stuff I'll have to work out because, well, these are all bloody animals. I've had one so far. That has actually been able to be a standard race. That's been a Dragonborn. That's the closest I've been able to get so far. Everything else has had to be custom. Not many sharks characters. NPC enemies. And usually if the NPCs are usually homebrewed as well, and this has been on here a while. This ain't to take off. Have I got anything better that I can peel this off with? So, is anyone working on anything tonight while I'm doing this? I might be better off with a blade. I'm scared of using. Not I'm scared of cutting myself. I'm scared of wrong angling and putting like loads of foam off. Especially while I'm going around this bit with the glue. There is some glue there, but luckily that's going to get covered up because I am going to build a framework to actually come off it. Don't want to have to layer it all up too much because I do have to fit a character still in the little hole at the bottom. But anyone new here tonight, I'm wondering what the hell is Magical World of Sparkles and Oak. It's an absolute ridiculous idea that I had because my Mrs. Sparkles liked a lot of little characters that would look like they were set up already for D&D, and she likes D&D. Don't get a chance to play often because we don't have many people to play with. I could do with a nice little gaming group, but it is what it is. But I agreed to make and paint a little diorama for them all to live on until the point where we need to use it. And that is what this is going to be. As I said, I'm not overly too worried about quitting myself, Troy. But I am worried about how deep I'm going sometimes against the. It's just a case of very, very careful control. It's going to take longer than if you would have rushed it and gone a bit faster than I am. Then I would have cut myself by now. But I am trying. I'm purposely going for don't cut myself first. Remove paper second. I should probably get something like a thimble. Thimble will probably help. Thank you very much, Paco. It's only how long has this taken? I said I'd get it done in a year, and that was around about the start of the year-ish, I think. And I've not even completely finished for the first level. I've only just finished the models for the first level, and I've not even started the models prop. No, I have. I've got two. Sorry, I've got two models for the second level, maybe three. No, two. Just got to decide whether or not I'm moving the barbarian butterfly up to the second level or not. And that means Smash may get a gravelly base as opposed to a wooden base. But I am thinking of keeping the barbarian butterfly nearby the water because they do seem to have. I have put them on a little pedestal flying in water. Yeah, a lot of work on this piece. Probably what we should do is put a small chisel. I mean, that must have fucking hurt. Don't get me wrong, and I hope you're all right. But what the fuck were you doing to put a chisel through your arm? How do you? Chisels supposed to work away from you, aren't they? It says the guy using the knife towards him. But yeah, I mean, even under the basic fundamentals of using a chisel, it's used away from you. As far as my limited knowledge of using chisels go, it's just you're holding it and you're tapping it from the other side. Generally, you're going down or across, and you're stood behind the trajectory of the chisel. Whereas in this case, I can't so much stand behind the trajectory of the knife because me being a dumbass and gluing it all together first and not thinking ahead. See, with proper planning, this probably could have been resolved. This is where it gets dangerous. Don't cut myself, don't cut myself. The very fact that I have to open my mouth and tell myself that is obviously reassuring for everyone watching this. Who's thinking Lars is about to cut his thumb off. Well, the other one survived when I nearly chopped it off. Bone stops small blades usually. Well, I should be alright. If it can stop being a hammer and steel racking from cutting my thumb off, then bone can stop this little knife. That is not reassuring, Sparkles sat behind me. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Really thin paper at this point now because we pulled that big chunk off earlier. I was hoping more would come off with this, but it didn't. I've still got to texture this like wood. This is not helping the blade with all this glue. I'm doing this side first because it's the side I've got least control over. Should be better with the other side coming down. It's the easiest of the two sides and I've got least control over it, so do this side first. And then I should have slightly more control when coming over on the other side. With it being my dominant hand. See, there is a method to my madness, people. There is a method to my madness. What kind of... It's, yeah, it's kind of polystyrene, but it's not been puffed up with air. Oh, what's it called? It's, Twisted, help me out. What's the foam called? What's the... Is it not extruded? Not expanded. It's the same type of foam, but it's just denser. Oh crap. The actual product's called Foam Core, and it's essentially this foam with two pieces of paper on either side. And yeah, it is a form of polystyrene, but it's not the big bubbly kind. It's got letters for it, and I can't remember what they are, and they're a pain to get out. Because I know you can get extruded polystyrene, which is stuff that I really want, and that's the stuff that you use for walls and stuff for insulation. That stuff's absolutely fantastic. Styrofoam, kind of, yes. So you can, to a degree, not so much sculpt it, but you can etch certain things into it and give it certain textures. Because it is still a little bit bubbly and a little bit... I'll bring it up to the camera closer once I've removed the paper. But it's essentially, in this case, it's about however mil, about 5 mil deep. So it's more like sheets than blocks. I've just had to build blocks out of it to shapes and shape it from there. In the case of the rocks, I use essentially quick fill wall filler as opposed to something like Sculptamold, which has a paper pulp mixed through it. It does make it a little easier for sculpting and looking like rocks, I must admit. The paper puts it closer of a consistency to a foam than a actual rock, which is what wall filler is. Oh, this bit, yes. This, as I said, this bit is just the wall filler. As a core, I'll spin it around. As a core from behind, you can see these these blocks, and then on the face of them, I've filled in the wall filler. I still need to paint in the extra ore veins that I had to repair the other day. That still does have some of the gold ones on there where Ember's, or potentially Ember's gonna go. I'm still not 100% happy with the water section, but I can come back to that. Because at the moment I've got to work on the bar, but if I can get it, there you go. See how it's sparkly slightly? Those are the tiny little bubbles. And this stuff does not react well to solvents, glues, or heat. Or super glue, should I say. PVA glue you find, that's probably the best way to do this stuff. But it takes fucking ages to dry. That's why I have a set of 1, 2, 3, which I will be using to make the 3D section. I've got a desk full of fucking craft paper now. Yay. I've got a load of clean. I mean, more than what you think I should normally do. I've actually got clean. I have to do that because it's work area. If it's not in the work area, I don't necessarily have to move it until it's something else has to replace it, like the paints. It's nice to have the mainly used paints to hand, and the ones that you very rarely bloody use, just put them away till you need them. This is not being fun. This is supposed to be fun hobby stuff, and this is not being fun anymore. Come off, you son of a fucking goat. And I know the guy who runs it is a Cthulhu looking warlock, but still, this particular piece of foam, or this particular piece of paper that was glued to this piece of foam, is a son of a goat. Don't need to do that bit as much, but I do need to bottom bit. All the while not removing a little piece of cork that I've put in as a tiny little rock. There we go. So now that is nice and peeled off. Now I've got to make what I look hacked up to look like wood, but more like boards. Oh, I really make things easy on myself. That was a nice catch. Okay, so that bit's gonna be covered anyway. Then she went scratch all the way across in a little groove. And then I'm going to bash it with a rock. And then I'm going to get something sharper than this and then a pen, and I'm gonna make lots and lots and lots of buffs. That's my idea. Trying to make sure I get in everywhere. I may be taking too many chunks out of this. I don't know. This is trial and error. I just hope I don't fuck it up. He's probably screaming at me going, no, you should have started with a knife. No. Look around and find out, I suppose. No worries. No worries. You have a good night, Troy. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, polyfill is what I've basically made. Not the named brand stuff, but yeah, polyfill. You come back over here, you. And you two don't stand on that, because then you won't fall over. Alright, dear. Right. Now I need a big brush, stiffish brush to just get rid of all the really loose bits. See how that looks now. If it looks any bloody different, that is. A little. It is looking more like stone than wood, though. Not happy about that, but we shall see once we bashed it with a rock. We might end up just making it into a stone wall, just one that's been worn. And just change it on the fly if we need to. And yes, I have got a real rock to bash with. Mini Lads does like to collect me rocks. Well, yeah, I think he saw me using it once, and I use it, looking to use it for a base or something, and forever afterwards he has decided that we are collecting nicely shaped and oddly shaped rocks that he likes, so I can use them. It is. No worries, Lee. Thank you very much, mate. And yeah, that like button. You gotta hit buttons and blah 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 blah. You know which buttons to press. If you don't want to press them, then don't press them. I like that simplicity. It's good. Simple is good. And I've just realised something. There's probably people talking on the other one, which I completely forget about because I've only just started doing it. And I don't even know how I'm going to access it now. Hello to everybody watching on portrait mode, by the way. I have not forgotten about you. I have just not turned my phone to the correct screen because I'm an idiot. Enjoy, Twisted. I hope it's something nice. That's the one. I need the portrait one. And I also need to, for the first time in bloody ages, pull out and use the stand for the phone. That's the one. Whoa! Portrait. Yes. That was loud. Don't want that no more. No. Do need something that's gonna rest up against. Flat spots on desk do help. There we go. I actually see both chats now. Huzzah! Good evening, Joe. Hello. Hi. Next half. I've forgotten the process that I've just told. Scratchy. Blade. Different blades than the one I just thinking a bit. try and thingy as possible, evenish, and score down in oddment. So overlapping lattices to make it. Problem is, I can barely see the fucking things go over them with the pen. No worries, Joe. I understand that. I felt that earlier. I know Twisted. Well, they were not too far apart when we both went for them. So go enjoy your nut, mate. Go enjoy it. Leave me on for ASMR. Just turn me down a little bit. One there. 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 One there as well, just because it looks like something. That looks more like a stone chip wall bricked up. Just to me, anyway. See what you all think. That looks more like a bricked up wall than a. Lee, why did you have to bugger off? How do you make wooden planks? And please don't send me a video while halfway through while I'm streaming telling me how I'm going to try to do the thing that I'm trying to do. Because that's kind of pointless at this point. Should have done that myself earlier. Nothing else needs can be scratched tool mat. So I'm gonna have to paint it and then dry brush it and then afterwards, and then decide if it's going brown or grey. But we shall find out. You're playing COD on Mobile Panda. Oh shit, that was loud. Headphones. Turn those motherfuckers down. Find the controller. If I can find the controller. Ah. There we go. Problem solved. Right. Hey. All this paint on it, I can't see. Ah, there it is. No, it's not. That's silver. What the fuck? All these paints and I can't see my black paint. No, there's one. I hope it's actually got some in it. And do I have a water pot? Shake your paint first. Yeah. Shake it. Oh, I'm getting good at that. Don't laugh. I know what some of you like. Filthy minded. I get in all the bits. Then we give it a dry brush. And then we see what it looks like and decide whether we go for wood or for stone. Either one is doable because it has been basically carved out of a big chunk of stone, so they're making this little section slightly better because they will be working up on the houses and how they build. Big curve of a load of sticks. I need more lollipop sticks. Oh, I'm gonna shake it harder than when it owes me money, mate. Don't you worry. Use my paint shaking hands carefully. Good mix up. I doesn't need a quick shake. I always need a good mix up. Bigger brushes don't always get all the bits. Don't get all the bits. Can't tell what's been dry brushed. I know it sounds stupid and obvious, but yeah. Sometimes the obvious common sense. It ain't so common no more. In the right. I've got a feeling this is gonna end up being brickwork. I'm probably gonna have more brick. I'm gonna need to do is absolute crap load more tiles, but I can't use the foam anymore, so I'm gonna have to use paper. Prepared for a lot of tea. We don't know. 20th. Sooner or later, there is going to be a massive tedious work. And I know I'm good at tedious work. Tedious work can sometimes be boring as fuck to watch. I need to catch up. And let's end it on a beautiful hike in Germany and Luxembourg. Oh, lovely. I'm talking to Buzzard the other day about the various architectures around Europe. Obviously, living in England, we have loads of castles, we have loads of these buildings and these old buildings. Yeah, but they're all built in this type of style, or this type of style, and this type of style. Germany, they build them in a different style. France, they build them in a different style. In Spain, they build them in a different style. And they're still just as old and they're still just as nice, but it's just different. So, yeah. I've never been to see stuff. Luxembourg stuff. Pictures. Awesome. I even have a little section in the Discord for other people's channels and interesting stuff. That is definitely interesting stuff. Confirming you were interesting with the last before. Have to do. Few rules of Discord. Read the rules. They are so simple. Be alright. Don't piss off the unpaid goons. But they're gonna come to me. Might be able to sort your way out of it. don't piss off the boss. When she comes to me, it's not to ask. Tell me. I'm not fucking stupid. Right, so I have to let that dry before I can dry brush it and make the final decision. I don't know, fucking 78% of my fucking videos are just drying time. I do other things while things are drying. So that just happens to be the same size as that bar thing that I've just thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay certain bits down where I hope I've chopped off at least the right size bit to do something. Do that like that. Half of that, yeah. Half of that will do. Where's my crunchy things? Actually, the blue snips are the better ones I've got, so I want to make that roughly level and hopefully not hit myself in the face with flying off a piece of wood. And then about there-ish. Ching! Clean up. I know I've got a little bit of room to play on top, so I'm not too. It's just my method of going to be doing this is maybe slightly strange to some people. Wales again, Wales just for the hills and be able to just if you're looking for walking stuff, Wales is a fantastic place. We went to Prestatyn not long ago, and although we went to essentially a small holiday park, we could see the hills from where we were, and just the beach that was right near was loads of just big whopping sand dunes that were just fun to walk over. Just go for a stroll, and it was nice. It was really nice. We was looking essentially. We was walking and looking out over the Mersey estuary. Oh, that was a big word for me. I'm gonna have to take. Ooh, my brain's got to take a breather from. But then again, saying that we do take a lot of it for granted because it's automatically around us. I have a roll of crap masking tape that never seems to peel right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use it to make a quick brace for this before I start attempting to stuff onto it. Hopefully that'll. Although I suppose. No, because I want a PVA glue it and then put the other 1, 2, 3 block on the top, which requires more fucking drying. Um, which of the models would you like me to start painting? Because at this rate, I'm going to need to start painting. Where is the black box? Any of the models in. You know which one I want to paint, but I don't want to paint that one tonight because I want to. She knows which one I mean. And so will you when I come to paint it. I've already shown you actually. I know I have because I went through them all at one point. So, that on there, that on there. Peel that off. Dip that side of it and wrap it round a bit. around a bit, and then fold it in a bit, and that'll give one start. Two, said, thingamabob. They'll ask me something else to click. Other things. Have I got? I've not changed the chat again. There we go. Not like changes much. But I actually just show me most. In fact, not all of the chat, but it's just in case things do come and I don't see it. I don't like that. For all I know, somebody was saying something and I didn't get a chance to see it, and I can't even scroll back up because it's top chat and not the actual. Now I understand why some streamers don't see. So if you watch a big streamer and you follow a big streamer, they've got 200, 300, 400 viewers in the chat, and you're wondering why is it not spotted my comment? It was good, it was valid, it should have. I thought it would have said. It's probably because they've got it on top chat and not live chat, and YouTube has selected your comment not to even be shown. So they're not even aware of it. Unless a moderator's watching the live chat and goes, no, this was da-da-da. Moderators have a lot to do, especially on busy chats. The bat, we may have our first rogue. So we are also doing the bat tonight, apparently. I'm not sure how long some of this is going to take. That's going to take ages to dry, the back thing. This is also going to take ages to dry. So, something else is required. Also, some of this. Oh, cat wanting feeding again. Yeah. Lots of little coffee stirrers. I'll do it with big bits. Big bit in the middle. Coffee stirrer. I did want colourful. I want to use some of the colourful cut-offs. What they're always good for. Once it's glued, I can drop it down and gotta get picking things on for. Run over and be possible to. No, it's gonna have to all be out of these because of the thickness. This. Okay, PVA glue. I had it 2 days ago. Sure, put it. Why do I always lose everything? Lose in my mind some. Oh no! Aha! I hope there's some. Please say this. There is left. Oh, thank you. This is supposed to be only for basing, but thank you, Ali, for save the so far because I can find out what my glue is. A big one. No idea. But now lay them over that. Wipe off this excess in the middle. The other one. Squish it down. Aha. EVA glue takes fucking ages. That's why I'm using blocks with the holes in. Has that dried yet? Nah, has it buggery? Still shiny. See? Still wet. Yeah, hopefully this guy's going to dry quite quickly. If I can find a sufficient brush. That one will do. Yeah, bad and black. Good evening, Silver. Makes two of us. Wearing off though. Apples will kick in soon. Base cut the little things. Here's the bat. This is actually the one that's supposed to be sat right on the very, 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 very top. But because I put them all into one box and changed the layers of paper around, Sparkles was able to just pick him. I am the orchestrator of my own chaos. Inadvertently sometimes. The bat does not have a name. Is it an option? Oh, of course it's an option, but I've had Ember and Bruce so far. Oh, in front of that bolt pain in the ass. Bruce, I've not written the bat down yet. But I would like him as a rogue. Does look like a rogue, got lots of poisons, a little dagger. Looks more rogue-esque. Also means I'm playing IRL with this. I can always use the Rogues Den Hobbies dice for sneak attacks. A little bit of a putty base for just to give him some stand because he's not got much of a footprint on the base itself. Not quite as large as the other one though. Go there to dry. Is somebody buffer it? Oh. It happened to Sparkles as well, Ali. So apparently, yes, I did buffer for a moment there. Oh, you've got real Angron. He is chunky and big. He is a nice model. I couldn't justify the price for him. Proxy, but I would like that. I would like all the Primarch, especially the D. Oh. Right. Drying. 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 Fun of this hobby. You get to spend a lot of time waiting for shit to dry.